Thomas A. Edison, the inventor.
The parachutes are landing. The Bing Crosby Show.
In this grave hour,
Oh, hello. My name's Ian Symonds. I was a sound recordist with the Appollo film unit, junior section, back in the 1960s. To record sound, we needed a microphone and a portable reel-to-reel tape recorder. It's called a reel-to-reel tape recorder because the tape moves from reel to reel. And now we're going to look at the reel-to-reel tape recorder in more detail. Before we can use our reel-to-reel tape recorder, we need to put a reel of tape on it. The tape is plastic coated with iron oxide, which can be magnetized. So we put the reel on here, round the roller, through the slot here, and onto what we call the take-up reel. A couple of turns round there. Start the machine to check that everything's okay. The next part of this explanation, I've taken the covers off so that you can see the mechanism. These keys on the top of the recorder actually control all the operations of the machine. So for instance, this one here starts the tape recorder playing, and this one, press this key, the operation is a pause. See, it actually lifts this there, just slightly clear of the tape. Key. The capstan is still rotating, but the tape has stopped. It's paused. We release the pause. The tape is moving from this reel onto that reel. When we've finished recording, we have to wind the tape back. So we press that. Notice it goes back very much quicker because we don't want to wait too long for the end of the recording. If we want to get to part of the way through the tape, we can use this one to actually wind forwards. The last thing is the record. How do we actually make the machine record what we want it to record? In this case, we don't want to do it accidentally because we may rub something out if we do that. So we have a key here for record and the usual start key, and we have to press them both together to actually start it recording. Once we've done that, the machine is now recording and we're able to play back what we've said by stopping the machine, rewinding, playing the machine, playing back what was said by stopping the machine. These controls adjust the values of things used within the tape recorder circuitry. This one here is the volume for the speaker. This one here is a tone control. This one is actually for the record level, which we'll see later, and this one controls whether the machine automatically determines the level for recording or whether you want to control it yourself, which is how I normally use it. Over here we have what looks like a gearbox. it controls the speed of the tape. So in the position it is now, that's the fastest speed. And if I move it to there, that's the slowest speed. So as you can see, you change it very much like a manual gearbox. This meter here shows the level of the signal coming in, so you can adjust it to make an optimum recording. This counter here allows us to know where we are on the tape. We're able to start it off at 0, and if I start the tape recording, we're going, you can see the counter value there gradually changing. These units here are the tape heads. They are the very important parts of this mechanism. They're called heads because they are actually the start of the circuit that eventually ends up with the sound being recorded onto the tapes themselves. This first one is called an erase head, and as its name suggests, it actually erases what's on the tape already. It sort of demagnetizes the tape, if you like. This second is the record and replay head. So when you're recording, it's putting the signal onto the tape, and when you're replaying, it's taking the signal off. What the signal actually does is it puts a pattern of magnetization on the tape, and this pattern, when it plays back, causes a signal in the circuit, hopefully exactly the same as the one that caused the recording in the first place. When we operate the start mechanism button there, you'll notice that this little pad moves across to hold the tape onto the head. Just watch it again. Watch it how it moves. There it is, pressing the tape onto the head. The last part of this explanation is the record function. You'll remember earlier we need to press two buttons together to start the recording. Now, when I pick up the microphone here and start to speak, you'll see that the recording level meter, this one here, is actually going, and the tape counter there is actually moving as well. Now, if I continue to speak into the microphone here, I'll get a length of recording, and what I'll do is I'll stop it, wind the tape back, and play you back the recording that we're just making at the moment. So this is the final part of our explanation. So it stops here, wind it back, watching the meter, watching the counter, okay, and then and the tape counter there is actually moving as well. Now, if I continue to speak into the microphone here, I'll get a length of recording, and what I'll do is I'll stop it, wind the tape back, and play you back the recording that we're just making at the moment. So this is the final part of our explanation, and it's really the pinnacle